we'll just start talking.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Joe Rogan podcast.
Okay.
You know?
I've seen a couple of those.
Yeah.
Only
Like,
the,
are we on?
the spacey ones. Yeah.
Are we on? Oh, cool.
Sick. Let's get started.
It's just like that, dude. Just go.
Quiet.
And then you can. I mean, I can edit whatever.
Yeah.
I want,
No.
so.
I've seen the end results of these. So.
You have?
I've seen the end results of some. Yeah.
Oh, please tell me not some of the old ones.
I follow you on the internet. No. Recently I hopped in. I don't really know when. I do that when I'm like ready to like just listen, not like absorb. If those can be different things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For that end of the night kind of like babble away.
There's been some people. Oh, I gotta make sure I'm in the camera.
I like this. Very
Oh, it's not.
businessy.
Yeah. Cool. But there's been like some people. I feel like I'm happy you said that because a lot of people don't listen to a podcast. They just say they do.
Interesting. No, I can't do that. I feel like I'd be so scared that you would like unintentionally like quiz me on it and then I wouldn't be ready. But then that happens anyways. Like what if you quiz me on like the one I haven't seen and then it still looks like I haven't watched them because I don't remember which ones I've seen.
Right. Close this. But I would never do that. Like if I feel like someone didn't watch the show, like I'll get that thing. I'll be like, all right, yeah, we're just not going to talk about
Yeah,
this.
that's fair. I get that. Like when you try to like recommend like your favorite show to your friend.
Yeah.
And it's like been a month and you haven't heard anything back and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You hate
You're like, you really weren't interested. Sure. Yeah,
No,
I want to
it's
do
like
that right now.
Yeah, right now. Whereas like I come at more of like when I'm in the place to absorb new
then
things.
I will check you out.
This will be on right at the top, but like that could be tomorrow. That could be in 9 months.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, but I know I can't.
No,
like I don't know what to tell you, but I do. I have my list for like when I can new stuff, this new stuff. So you get.
I'm somewhere in there.
You make it through that. No, you like pepper in when you have like what you have. If it's like there's more than one, I can like space them out. It's not like I have to do like a Todd afternoon.
Right.
I can like pepper them in, which helps me space out the other things I have that like only come out like every week or like whatever. It's nice to have a mix of like stuff you wait for versus stuff you already have.
Yeah.
Which when there's a bit of a backstock, that's easier to do.
I notice. By the way, your TikTok. Sometimes usually with dog videos.
Yeah, hell yeah. My dog. I love my dog.
Mm-hmm.
She's a rescue. She's the best.
What's your dog?
She is a American Staffordshire Terrier, a Pit Bull, and a Shar Pei. I got her from the Humane Society in like March. She's awesome. She's like she was like a proper rescue. So she got saved from a house with other dogs where they were all like chained outside. Yeah, so I got her like really emaciated and like really scared and like so it's been really beautiful to get her to like full size and get her socialized. So she's still like a big old wuss puss when it comes to like outside and new things, but she's definitely like way better than when I got her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my TikTok is definitely
I'm surprised you don't get more hits.
My dog.
Usually, like dog videos.
Yeah,
like,
I don't like
videos usually get.
She doesn't do anything cool.
Yeah.
She just like exists, which as much as I think that's cool, the like dogs on TikTok like talk with like these buttons
like stand or like they do like
go to baseball games and get the balls. No, she can't like. I don't know. She can't even eat.
She's just like, I'm no dog.
I'm alive.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I can do this.
And now I'm here.
Yeah.
No, it's good that like because she's like a Shar Pei mix as well. She's like very quiet. Like they don't really bark or make noise. So like in like the 7 months I've owned her, I've heard her bark like 12 times total. Like barks. I've heard like 12 barks, which is nice. That because like all my neighbors have to like.
Oh yeah, you're like
big,
not mine.
Small, yeah, no, not mine at all. Not even when she sees other dogs.
Yeah.
Just like people she doesn't know.
Yeah, that was when me and my roommate lived in the last place we had a rescue, a pit something mix,
Soft.
and she was she was the same thing. She never barked, but like later on, we had like a living room like pen cage that we could just let her out and run around. We just put her in that because she would tear stuff up when we would let her out when we were gone.
Yeah.
Like, revenge, how dare you?
Yeah.
But before I would let her out, I would be like, Athena, Athena, she's like, Athena. She starts flipping out, and she's like, I'm like, Athena. Then finally she'd be like, Growl. I'm like, okay, now you can come out.
Yeah. Just trying to get that,
like, engagement. Like, you can do that. You can do that now.
I haven't really done that with my dog because I don't necessarily want to, like, encourage sound, per se, just because I do like so much. Because technically, like, we're not allowed to have dogs, but because she's, like, my emotional support animal, like, legally they're not allowed to say no.
Yes.
So it's nice that she's a good dog.
Good. So
that helps.
It just doesn't cause problems.
That they could at least be, like, well, like, she's quiet and she doesn't, like, destroy stuff. She wants to. I like how a bunch of people think this is gross, and then other dog owners I talk to think it's, like, not as gross. I like her, like, toys, or the main thing she, like, chews, I, like, rub in my armpits, so she, like, attacks that instead of, like, my stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, so she wants to, because she ignores stuff I, like, buy her. Because she just wants to, like, sit in my bed or, like, be in my laundry.
Just that smell,
so
your smell, yeah.
After a run, and then I just, like, throw it at her. There.
Yeah.
Just like, so that's what so it gets to her. She used to want to rip up stuff a lot more, but then when I like, focused the energy, then it became a lot more.
Then their energy will change as she gets to know you even more. Like, they start even more settling into, you know.
No, absolutely. When I think about the stuff I, like, do to her, I'm like, do you even, like this? Or do you just, like me?
Yeah.
Like, are you just okay with, like, who I am and what I do for you that you allow me?
Okay, I'll compromise. She's
got the, like, folds in her skin like a Shar-Pei, so I can just, like, grab them and, like, shake them, but it, like, doesn't hurt her.
Yeah.
There's no... So it's, like... I doubt she loves that, but she definitely doesn't stop me at all.
Right.
So I figure.
But sometimes they really do love it.
Feed and walk you. Yeah, no, she does it, like, if you, like, rub the back of her neck, she, like throws the neck into the ground and, like, shoves her butt up in the air, but, like, doesn't want you to scratch her butt. Still wants you to keep scratching her neck. Yeah. But she, like, and then it's, like, sideways, downward facing dog. And I'm like, I think you're doing that wrong. But it's like, who am I to say she's enjoying her life incorrectly?
Yeah. I mean, that's the craziest thing, like, because dogs, as far as, like, emotions, they can't control them like we can.
Yeah.
So, like, when you hit a spot on them, they're just like, and they turn into whatever thing that they're feeling right now.
Slided. Yeah.
You know, or, like, I wish I could get as excited ever.
Yeah.
As a dog.
Yeah.
You know, just, oh my God, my person is home. Whoa, I can't believe it, even though he was just gone for 3 hours.
Yeah. You know? I want that, like, I don't feel embarrassed to throw my neck to the ground.
Yeah.
Because that's what feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like that.
That would be nice.
That unadulterated, pure
joy.
Yeah. Mixed also with the, like, when she knows she's done something bad, the immediate, like, run away. Like, I have a house where it's, like, my kitchen is upstairs, and I have to, like, proper go outside to get upstairs. So in the, like, I forgot a spoon. So I go back up to grab a spoon, and then she's like, I got, like, one pizza slice on the ground, the other two are on the plate. She's like, running back to the room. We both know, you know. This is not okay.
Yeah.
So it's the combination of, like, knowing the love when you get home, but then also, like, she knows the in trouble too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's the best. It definitely changed a lot about how, like getting a dog changed a lot about how I understood, how I expressed, like, specifically frustration and anger. Because, like, I grew up in an environment where those are really, like, shut down. Like, those are emotions expressed to me growing up that, like, I wasn't really allowed to, like, have or express, or it was seen as, like, disrespect.
Right.
So now it's like, I have this dog and I have this thing that I take care of. But she's new, so when we're walking and she gets scared and then all she wants to do is go home, like, don't just be angry and drag her along. Like, that's not okay. Like, you can't just do that. As much as I want to be like, we're on a walk, we're going to finish the walk.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, just take a time, breathe it out, maybe pet her a little bit. Like, literally do anything besides, like, just how I feel.
Right.
I think that, like, getting a dog and realizing, like,
being outside of yourself and having to take care of something.
I have to go home because someone needs me, not just to like. And it's not even like, it would be fine to like if I had plans. It's like I go home 2 hours later. Like it would be fine to do that one day. She gets dinner at 8 instead of 6. Like that's fine, but it's like that's still
you don't want to. No,
cool.
Exactly.
Like if someone else was in charge of my food and they just didn't tell me they were going to be 2 hours late, like I'd be pretty pissed. Yeah. Like that's just so it makes me think about. And then in the same sense of like if I'm with people, I'm like, hey, I need to leave to like go feed my dog, and they're like, really? I'm like, and then never see you again.
Yeah, then never see you again. Bye. Because how do you not understand that? What is she
gonna? Have you gone to the bathroom today? Yeah. Cool. Then I would have liked to allow my dog the same favor.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like my mentality, how I want to like raise her and like grow with her and all that stuff. Like I've done all the like dog training, but you like cherry pick.
Yeah.
Same with, I'm assuming, parenting.
Probably, yeah.
You know, I hope to never actually find out.
Oh, I won't.
Fur babies.
Yeah, fur babies are the only.
She can run into the corner of the glass table. Babies, oh yeah, like, scale babies.
I don't even necessarily want.
I do a bearded dragon.
Yeah,
I can do that. Cool as they like slither around.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, like I could iguana it, or I could just fish tank it.
I did the fish tank. It wasn't as like interactive as I needed it to be. It was kind of a bummer. And then like one of them filled with air and died. Oh. And then I gave the other one away because I couldn't handle watching it.
I don't want to see that.
But then I had my dog by then, so at that point.
Yeah. Hope someone enjoys you, fish.
Small potatoes.
Yeah.
Doggy, you hungry? I'm kidding. I would never. Is this ever alive? No.
That's where we're at.
Not with goldfish to mouth. I don't think that's what they had in mind. Oh, good stuff.
At least cook it first. No,
yeah. Oh. Grill it up. A little soy sauce. Kidding. She can have salt. She has enough salt already.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, she's a blessing. She really, like, changed around my life. And I, like, as much as I knew that was going to happen, I really wasn't prepared for how much it, like, does.
Yeah.
To not be alone, but not feel the pressure to talk is such a nice place to exist.
That's what makes a dog so much better.
Yeah, she'll listen to like anything I say.
Yeah.
When I'm high, she's the best.
Yeah.
Like, she's the best all the time.
Yeah.
But like when I'm like, did you know sometimes seals would be pregnant for 11 months? It's crazy.
Like, wow. She's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm listening though.
But it's like normally I would just keep that to myself. No, it's nice to like wake up and like not be like alone.
Yeah.
But not feel that I can have to sleep.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I don't even want to talk most days. So.
Yeah. I mean, and I have to struggle with this, and I want to make sure I don't say it wrong so that I don't offend anyone.
Okay, listening.
Even though that's fun sometimes. But I have this, like, innate feeling to just know. Just be away. Like, if you are really, you want to cause that trouble, it doesn't matter who you are in my life. Like, family, that's why I'm saying I have to be careful. Because I have that feeling, and I have to, like, make sure that I don't let that thing go crazy. It got me to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, but that doesn't mean, like, blacklist them. But, like, I also feel like, that's why I'm here. Because of the drama and all that shit that I wanted to get away from and like do my own thing with my own life.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go to Hawaii, but hey.
That's how that's the bag of lemons you got.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Exactly. I had to go to Hawaii. We got the palm trees and sunshine. 365. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
You know, but it was like, it was just like, don't just fuck them off. But I swear, dude, like if you want to cause so much trouble, I'm gonna put you in a timeout. Like, you know, and you can do the same to me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
You know, like, and all that stuff where they it's like family, like you have to do this. It's like I have to be miserable in my life for all this. No, I'm gonna say fuck off, and I'm gonna get a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because fair enough, you need human contact, but if that human contact is, or you need contact as a human, if that contact is is toxic, then you don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's mom, fucking, brother, cousin, doesn't matter, dude.
It doesn't.
Like, I'm not going to fucking be miserable as fuck because you don't want to be better.
Yeah.
And I would hope that someone would do that to me because it's false and we're just living in resentment and not living life.
Yeah.
Because I have to my family.
Yeah. Which is like,
fucking,
that's fake.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want it to be. I think that concept of like opportunity cost, so it's not just like the face value price. It is is it also emotionally taxing? Is it also physically taxing? Is it also, so it's not just the going to see your family isn't just the plane ticket to get there. It's also the emotional wherewithal. So then it's like, where do you start to equivalate how much stuff really costs on your life? Yeah, where it's like, my dog adds more to the value than the cost.
Yes.
So
it's better, but it has to equate. And I think animals, but like how we live our lives. Like you were saying, I would die before I did a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know how many people I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like they just look at me like I just want to be like a welfare case.
Yeah.
And like I just want to mooch. It's like, actually no, I want to get value out of my life and not have them get more value. I've said this a million times, shining someone else's shoes. You know what I'm saying? You spend most of your life giving them all of your energy because that's what society says. No one's happy. They're all mad. You're just talking about your job because that is your life.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, I can get value out of myself.
Yeah.
Actually, more than.
Yeah. I would like to.
I would like to.
I
like to
see. In the position where that's where I pull my value, like my job or like what I do. Like I don't like that it's like that's one of the first questions we're made to like ask people. It's like, oh, what do you do?
What do you do? Yeah.
It's like I like to purposefully answer questions wrong to upset people because I think it's funny. But when people are like, what do you do? And I like to tell them, I'm like, I paint, I walk my dog, I go on hikes. Like I tell them what I do, not what I do for work. And then I have to make them. And then when they're like, oh, like no, like for your job. And then I'm like, oh, that's a boring question. But like, okay.
Why do you need to know that?
Yeah, because that's
not, the validation.
That's not where I pull my value. But it's like I understand if you like, I guess that gets dicey pretty quick too. But if like you make art or you like are a therapist and you take value in that you help people, like that's a bit better, though that can stem into toxic, I'm sure, pretty fast. Really but that's a different than like.
Yeah, but like also if you're going into it for that reason.
True.
Like I've definitely talked to people where it's like, bro, you should not be helping no one. That is, you need to help yourself right now. Like you talking to people or listening to them is actually probably more harmful. Yeah. You should probably get your own therapy.
Yeah, for serious. Yeah. Everyone needs some type of therapy in any form or another for any extended period of time in your life. You all need someone else to do anything. The way that I like to explain it to people, I love me some metaphors, is in the sense of like with like calisthenics, like when you work out, if you only do your body, squats, push-ups, sit-ups, you plateau at how strong you can get. You're literally only so capable of getting so strong through just your body. So you have to add either a personal trainer, you go to classes, you add weights, you need to transcend that plateau. Yes. So you have to, and even like self-help books or podcasts are, adding weight, adding resistance bands. Yeah. But then when you get that personal trainer who it's their job to spot you, to make sure you're doing it right, to make sure to teach you how to do it correctly so you can do it on your own, you get to a level of strength that you just can't really do on your own. And I think that that's like the best way that I can like. Reading books and listening to podcasts is nice, and like to do that over doing nothing is huge. Like I totally recommend, even if you don't support talk therapy, like still read the books, still listen to people who have read the books. Right. Like you don't have to. There's so much videos on anything, but you need the weights, you need the resistance bands, you need not just you, because you're biased. Yeah. And that's the point.
Yes. It needs to be outside of yourself. It's like
you need that help.
there's that thing to where because you have some people who like just are they're overzealous when it comes to like I need people, and then you have people that are just like nope, I don't need no one, you know, and it's there's a time you need to yourself for that growth, possibly after someone's already helped you to even understand what that is. But like to think that just because of how fucked up things are, and we all get it, but look, this is the lot. Wherever you're at, this is the lot in life you're given. No matter how fucked up it is, you still need people.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, you can't.
Like you wouldn't have even made it if someone didn't help you. Like put a bottle in your mouth or a teddy, whichever one it was.
Literally.
Like you wouldn't. You have to have people in your life at some point. But as you get older, you just have to realize that they should probably be people that add.
Yeah.
To your life.
Definitely.
You know? And sometimes that resistance can be, you know, the extra weight can be a person.
Yeah.
You know, adding.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You need some mental extra weight too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I was talking to this, like the other side of like having people in your life of it's not that everyone is meant to teach you something that I think more of when you get older. Obviously, it doesn't apply so much when you're young. When you get older, some people you meet to show you what you will be like if you don't change.
Yeah.
And that is their only purpose, is not that they themselves will not teach you anything, but through seeing that they have made choices. I mean, it's always choices. That they've made all these choices or haven't made them, depending on how you look at that. It's you can see where you will end up if you don't do what you think but don't act on, and that can be more valuable or unvaluable if you miss those instances. If you miss it, if you start listening to learn from these people rather than listening to observe.
Yeah, absolutely. There was one situation I suppose I went through recently where it's like maybe this is a person that you knew for a long time, they were this way, and then like you find out that after all these years they became like, I'll just say, look, became more peaceful. Right. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to put this person out, you know. And you're like, well, that's awesome, like, you know, but where do we? Yeah. Like that's great, but then when I think about it past that, it's like maybe I can just take the fact that this person actually achieved peace, and I don't have to take so long. True. Because that's what they were actually trying to do from the beginning. And if they could have, they would have achieved it many years before. Right. You know. So like, and then also it's like you realize that even if a person hurt you, that's not all they are. You know, they're a person. You know, they have to go through their own things. You know, it doesn't mean you don't validate what was painful to you in those SARS. You need to do that. You know, but realizing outside of it, you know, we're all a bigger picture than what we present. Absolutely. You know, there's so much that goes in, you know, to a person just saying yes or no. Yeah. You know, just getting out of the bed. You know, the myriad of thoughts you have before you even put your feet on the floor. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then, like, sometimes you might be in those thoughts forever. And then someone's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. You're like, motherfucker, what? Pops. Like, you didn't even realize. Yeah. I'm already dealing with a universe right here. You want to come up? Yeah. You know? And then dump your universe. I'm about to punch my universe into yours if you don't leave me alone. In the mouth. Yeah. No, I definitely. You don't. It's like we're all like painting these pictures inside, but we're only capable of like by words describing what we're painting, and that will never be good enough. No one will ever be able to see the painting you are painting inside. No. And you need to, as much as you need to realize people are doing that you're doing that. Yes. So you're not communicating your painting, and people aren't communicating their painting. So once the like people treat you as a reflection of themselves also means you treat people as a reflection of yourself. Yes. So think about that. When someone says they've hurt you, they're telling the truth. Yes. You can't tell them that that's like not true, because that's not how that works. Yeah. You have to go, okay, how? Yeah. How did I do that? I mean, if you want to get better, you don't have to, but it would behoove you. You want to be cool. Yeah. You'll be like, damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And really, what can I do to not do that again?
Or you decide, damn, that's not something I think I can change about myself. Maybe we need to reevaluate the way that we're friends.
Right. Right.
Or this relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's lots of examples of that.
Yeah. Like, I because I feel like, was I born an asshole? Probably not. I think I was probably born a flower.
No one's 100% asshole.
But then all of this shit.
Yeah.
You know, all of this shit, and I'm introspective. It's not like I'm trying to toot whatever, but I'm introspective. You know, I observe, and then a lot of things on the outside, especially when I was younger and didn't understand how to filter those things, just affected me.
Yeah.
You know, and then like, I don't know, like seeing how like I didn't have to let everyone's energy into me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or being able to cut that off, you know, because sometimes you can develop hatred for a person because you don't even know how to control the energy around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it could be as much of a reflection on what you're presenting as much as that person. So both of your wrongs are just not making a right here.
Yeah. No,
you know?
Absolutely.
And as far as what you said about communicating with like words and stuff, like I feel like I think in colors.
Yeah.
It's not till I say it a lot of times that it's like, oh, that's what I meant. I was feeling it in red and thinking that in blue. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Why did I have to choose Democrat, Republican? But I was like, but now I'm thinking, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Biden or Trump.
I definitely understand. I think not necessarily that I would say I feel it in colors, but I think once I took the time to understand that, like, it really does take me like 3 days to find the words that match. I absolutely know how I feel while it's happening, but in order to like verbalize that, takes like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And then once I realized that, like, that's just how it is and that's okay, just tell people to come back in 3 days. And then, like, if they can't handle that, that's more about them.
That's more about them.
But don't say the words you don't have. Like, don't force words just because you feel like you need to be answering the question.
Yeah.
Like, just wait until you have the answer, because, like, that's always the option.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where it's like, I said I wasn't born an asshole, but then I will project asshole.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
You know, and I was doing that too much because it was like I was feeling it in, but it's like, okay, but you should probably, that's not good what you're doing just to project that. First of all, projecting the world, never good, because the world sucks.
And it's big.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Exhausting.
Yeah. So it's like, pick and choose your times. I'm going to be as kind as I can, because actually when I really think about it, that's all I ever wanted to be.
Yeah.
It's just that the other stuff, you know,
way.
Like that's how you deal with it. But it really does feel good sometimes to just give a person a nice fucking pure, right to the point. Yeah. You know, I got you. You know what I mean? This was justified. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you this. Is that good? I don't know. Is that good? Probably not.
Does anyone know questions like that? I feel like not really.
Yeah.
I feel like in those situations, the worst, I mean, at least for me, is when you're hanging out with someone that's a lot like how you used to be, and you're just sitting there with, like, who you were, and you fight between this, like, again, this is, like, for me, you fight between this, like, empathy and this, like, hatred of, like, you're such a fucking dick, but then you're like, I know why you're like this. It's just like, you want to just, like, shake them and be like, literally get over yourself. But it's like, would you have wanted that when you were in that? Like, no, that's not helpful. No. Like, you want... But yeah, seeing those people that just reflect what you don't like about yourself is like...
But then, like you were saying, like, you see it through your eyes, like, they're presenting that thing, obviously. You know, sometimes just that thing. But then sometimes... it's like, because it's so familiar, that's pretty much what you're going to see. It's like, why is that still so big in your life? Because I'm already here. Yeah. Possibly even that person, because I've been on this side, that person doesn't know how to explain to you their possible changes. So they're just going to meet you with a familiar. Yeah. Because that's all we can do right now, because I don't know. Should I? Yeah. You know? You know? And then that just makes it all fucked. Yeah. The thing to realize, especially if you haven't talked to someone in a long time, like, I had to reconnect with some people in my lives It's like, yeah, I like to, I like it to be a little bit how it was. It's like, I'm sorry, my dude, it ain't never gonna be like that because I'm not that dude, and neither are you. And it took me 5 minutes with talking to you to realize that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to know anything about what you were. You know what I mean? Unless it's explaining about who you are now. Let's learn that about what we are now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And is there going to be fear and apprehension? Are we always going to have those things? Possibly, especially depending on the way we are.
Yeah.
But just try to lead with the purest foot you can. You know, like even if it has to be a little asshole-ish. You know what I'm saying? It's life is a constant. One of those things. It's a constant fucking.
As it it's like a sine wave. Yeah, there's this like comic I used to like have saved on my phone a while ago, but it's like this caterpillar and this butterfly are like getting a drink at a bar, and the caterpillar's talking to the butterfly, and he's like, "Dude, you've changed," and the butterfly's like, "Yeah, you're supposed to."
Exactly.
Like as the caterpillar's like, you're so the butterfly's like. Bro,
like,
you're the one.
Yeah, like I went here and I had to grow wings. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Trying to see new things. Yeah, so I can definitely empathize with both the like caterpillar and the butterfly. Because I've definitely seen people being like, you're so hoity-toity now with your like no sugar, and no meat, and your exercise, like shut the fuck up. But now me being like, sugar is pretty bad. All that stuff. Now that I'm like there, I'm like that person I used to like rag on all the time.
Yeah, you know something though? Like it's like I smoke way too many cigarettes, that's fair. But like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, dude. And it's like I know like the thing is if someone's like, bro, you smoke too many cigarettes, I'm like, yep. I'm not gonna get mad at you for telling me, either your truth or just the truth. Whatever it might be.
I smoke just enough.
I smoke just enough for me, actually. But I understand where you're coming from, buddy. Or you drink too much. It was like, okay, actually that was true. But, like, I'll stop when I want to. And I'm not going to get mad at you for telling me. I would have, possibly in the past. Not even about the drinking, like other things that people would. By the time I was drinking heavily, I didn't give a shit happening. What you like what you thought about.
You weren't only drinking at that point.
Yeah. But like, also like people telling you things about yourself that you know. Oh God, that was a thing for me. Where it's like, first of all, you're not even supposed to know that. Yeah. You're bringing up a sore subject. Fuck off. I'm about to be all of like, but it's like actually it might have been the truth that you probably even if you knew it, the fact that they noticed it, then you might need to address it stronger. You know what I mean? Or if it's fucked up, then fuck them anyway.
Yeah,
you know.
Because
you just gotta figure that out for yourself.
Because they're so perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in my life, I think not necessarily of like other people looking in and telling me like what I was doing was like, not that I want to say like all drinking is bad, because it's like I understand like what it does, like it is such a like specific release that it's like I totally understand why people do it. But I think from like my point of view, it was more like how you were saying, it's like the burn of like people telling you stuff you already know. I think for me it was more of like people telling me like, no, you don't feel like that, you feel like this, and me being like, I'm
pretty sure I know.
Pretty sure
that I feel
that. But then that happened so much that, especially as a child, I was like, well, like I clearly don't know how I'm feeling. Like when you're so little and so many people do it so much, you're developing as a person that it like I still notice myself doing it now, but I like take the time of like trusting how I feel, or this sense of like, if I share how I really feel, then I could get in trouble, is like how it's like, because then I'll make them feel bad because then they really know that they upset me. But it's like,
and that's the other thing, is when you're thinking about all this, it's like, well, why do I have to think about all this and you don't have to think about any of this shit? Like what? Like when someone asks you how you are, and I'm like, you know what, I'm actually doing pretty shitty. People are like, wow, that sucks, that like makes me really sad. I'm like, no, we're talking about how you feel. Yeah.
Like, we couldn't talk about me for, like, 7 whole seconds.
I'm feeling really shitty. Oh, really? Why are you feeling shitty?
Yeah. Like,
should possibly have been the next thing out of your mouth.
Like, don't just tell me, like, oh, that makes me sad. It's like, that makes me sad too, bitch. No.
Yeah, because I'm feeling shitty.
Like, it's cool that you said that sucks, because that's validating. Like, it does suck. And I would like someone else to, like, agree, not to, like, gaslight me. Oh, it's not that bad. But then, you know, at the other time, don't be like, wow, your life fucking sucks. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Thank you. We're both here. I'm here all
got a mirror.
the time.
Got a mirror. I know.
You leave every once in a while. I don't know if you know that.
I'm always in my thing. Oh, wow.
Always in
Is my skin brown too?
Yeah.
Do I have a fro?
Always.
You want to tell me something else I don't know?
Get out of my house.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah. No, so sometimes it's like nice, but then other times it's like, you know, the invalidating of like, oh, it's really not that bad. It's like, you couldn't have just
not said that. You probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. It's like, obviously I understand there's always someone that has it worse, but it's like, we're not talking about them right now.
I'm not in Baghdad. People aren't, you know, chopping off my head.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, it's like, bro, like,
even like within my own country, like even, or like our own country, of like, I'm not in Flint, like we can drink our tap water, you know what I mean? Like, that hits home a lot closer than like,
I'm not in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like terrified of anything natural around me. Yeah, because of like, I just happen to live a place where the ground filters it better than any filtration system we have, like, in this world. Like, that's just because of where I am.
Yeah.
That I get to, like, turn a sink on and then to the face.
Yes. Right
where it's like, you can't. So many other places, like, even, like, where we live.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean, it's like, rich people have killed themselves. Like, motherfucker. And we're all human, and the thing is it might not be that thing that you're talking about, but in my head it is. In my head, that's all that matters to me right now. It's how shitty I feel. And I understand possibly I might need to get out of that, but right now, can you just understand that I'm feeling shitty? And don't try to not validate that. You know,
tell me I need to like that's my least. It's like, if I'm like crying and someone tells me to stop crying, whoa, it's the quickest way to get me to throw hands. I swear to God. It's
calm down.
You have no right. You have no right, especially when something is like so fresh. Like, I understand if it's like, I mean, this is obviously like hit or miss, but it's like, if I broke up with my boyfriend and 6 months later I'm still sobbing, assuming we were together like for years, like that's too far. That's like too long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's okay, like, that whole first month to even be sad at the end of that first month. Like, that's still, you can still be crying when you, like, I don't know, you find a sock under the bed or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's all still fresh relatively. But when you're purposefully holding on to that, it's making you sad, that's when you're like, you're making this cost more than it's valued.
Yeah.
And that's not okay
that's
to
not
you
good.
and the people around you, and all kinds of, like, that starts to, like, snowball. There we go, pretty quickly.
I'm happy you said that, because it's like, but if you do find yourself in that situation, don't think that is despair beyond despair. Just that you recognize that, even if it went too long, that also can be your starting point.
True.
To getting better.
Yeah.
You know, like, life until you're dead is one or the other. You're either dying or you're living.
Yeah.
You know, you can make that choice.
And lots of people
whenever you want to
live as they die. Like, so many people, like, get diagnoses and then start doing all the things because it's that final, like, kick in the butt of, like, so many people switch. It
would be nice if people did that. If people did that before they were about to die, the world would be a better place.
Yeah.
You know, if people were more introspective.
Right, absolutely.
And all of that stuff. Like, we're being ruled, this country and most others are being ruled by people who don't have introspection. And that's that's how you get that job.
Yeah.
Is to be as less human as you can.
Yeah.
It attracts that. You know. And it makes the narrative so much more confusing as it trickles down, and then you end up with a situation where you're in. It's like, I don't know who the fuck I am, because people have been telling me in this fuck society that I can't be that thing.
Yeah.
You know? And that's also one of the things where it's like we think these things don't affect us because most of us have just had our heads buried in the sand. Thinking all that stuff doesn't matter. All of those things trickle down to your regular life, whether you realize it or not. Like every fucking rule there is and all those things, the things that affect you, you're just walking, seeing one line after another as all sheeps do. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Oh no, we had a pandemic. Yeah. And now all the sheep have to take their head out of the sand. They don't even know how to talk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get that shot because someone else told me to be professionally mad about that, or to be professionally mad about getting it. You know what I mean? Let us look at ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And what do you really want to do? And if it's just about you being fucking more selfish, don't do that.
Don't do that. Because it is such a privilege to live in a life where you only look down, because there are so many people that are like, the world is like lifting their head and forcing them to look at like what's around them. So to like live in this life where you can just keep your head in your own ass, or like keep your head in the ground, it's like that is a privilege of its own, that you're not being forced with. You're 7 weeks pregnant, you live in Texas, and now you can't do anything about it. Like, if that's not your life, you get to ignore that law just passed. But if it is your life, you're that woman in her 6th week, now that law passed, you're in your 7th, and just because you waited that much more, you now don't get that option. It doesn't matter to all these, like, dudes that will never be pregnant. They get to just be like, it's murder.
Yeah. You know another thing? There's a Planned Parenthood spot close to here on Baratania. Yeah. And I used to work right up the road. And every time I would walk to work, every time I go out there and see someone standing out there, it's some dude in a pickup truck. You know, some motherfucker just like, dog.
Alone.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? You need to figure out your life. This is not, first of all, what you need to be focusing on, one way or another. Just support the woman. Yeah. You know?
If you advocate for something that can, like, never, like, what are you doing for the fetus? Like, it can never, like, thank you. Like, there is no real thing you're fighting for. And if you are pro-life, so then it's like, are you also, like, pro-gun control? Are you pro-vaccine? Are you pro, like, all these other things? Are you pro-adoption? Are you pro, like, food, like food stamps? Are you these things that keep you alive? Yeah. No. Yeah. You just want to
control other people having their children.
Fight for people.
I think you need to fight for your own shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing about being outside of yourself. Is like, now you need to go home.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, moderation. We all need to think in that.
Yeah.
You've
been outside too.
Yeah. You need to sit back and be like, because everyone
think about your actions.
Yeah. If everyone thinks I'm crazy and I know what I'm doing, that's okay. Yeah. I just don't want to be out there, you know.
Yeah, I'm also not trying to, like, recruit people into my craziness.
Yeah.
Like, as much as it's like if I think my own thing and everyone thinks I'm crazy, I'm not trying to, like, change their mind. Yeah. But when you live in a place where everyone thinks you're crazy and you're trying to, like, recruit people, that's, like, you made something into a job that isn't a job. Yeah. Whoa. Getting a little multi-level marketing for me, which is not. Okay, Becky. No, that's rude, but true.
We don't know Becky. It's fine.
No, we don't. Someone knows Becky.
Yeah.
There's always
Becky's like, hey.
Yeah, rude. I'm making a lot of money, okay? It's like, sure you are. How much are you spending on your multivitamins, protein pack, whatever? I don't know. There's pyramid schemes for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. My dude, I think 43 minutes is fine.
Sick. That's stellar.
Like, I don't even have to edit any of this. I don't
talked
even
about good
any
stuff.
dead space.
No, that was good.
And then I would like you to come back.
Not that was surprising. Yeah, I would do that. Totally. And that's good, because more things that aren't just sitting at my house are probably better for me to be doing. Yeah.
I like being surrounded by a good personality, so it works for me too.
I've literally watched 5 different seasons of the same reality TV show within the past, like, 6 weeks. getting pretty bad.
I've been watching not just that one.
Other things would be good.
Yeah. I've been watching not just that one, but like maybe rotating between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also not good.
Same, and then I rotate between like whatever new season has just come out of whatever I'm watching. So it's like whatever the Harley Quinn animated show.
Just came out.
Oh, they just did the Sex Education new season of that on Netflix, which I really like. So yeah, I cycle through the like reality TV, which is just so funny and so easy to watch because it's just like I don't believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's funny.
All right. See you guys next time. I didn't even say the episode number. Pretty sure it was.
Oh, I took off the headphones. I quit.
Oh no.
Kidding.
We can still hear you.
Still.
All right, guys. This is.